1 and a 2 and a... It's time for Tidbit Tuesday. Hello and welcome to Tidbit Tuesday. I am Josh.
I'm Ashley.
And this is the show once a week, usually, where we talk about stuff and things around travel. Not necessarily travel, but stuff about us, and we do a lot of travel.
Yeah, so this week we had kind of a catastrophe.
If you follow our social medias, you'll know that our main laptop died. This is our editing machine. I have had it for 4 years now, and 4 years is a long time for 4K video editing, much less editing every single day, much less traveling the world for 3 years straight, basically.
Yeah.
And it died.
It's
It
unfortunate.
stopped working. I actually got it to turn back on. It's not really working properly, but I did get it to turn back on.
Yeah.
So, anyways, today's video we were talking about what do you do when beep happens on the road.
Yeah.
And
Specifically electronics. Yeah. So we have traveled with electronics. We make YouTube videos. So a lot of our electronics are used daily and used more often than normal people.
I think so.
Yeah. But so...
Or we rely on it more, I think.
Yeah. So things go wrong, and we've had many things go or break while on the road. Specifically, our cell phones. We have 2 cell phones that we use quite often.
iPhone 6s, I believe.
Yeah. Once I, while on the road, was hiking in Norway, left it in my bra because then I jumped into a lake and it just got all wet.
Look, we were on a hot, sweaty hike.
I forgot that it was in my
bra was
bra.
the best place for a phone.
I didn't have pockets, I don't think.
It makes sense, yeah.
And then in Scotland, I also pulled my pants down to go to the bathroom at Edinburgh Castle, and my phone fell in the toilet. So I think that those 2 times we weren't close to home. One of the times, Wayfam was nice enough to send me, one of you Wayfam sent me a phone, which was amazing because I use it daily.
Yeah.
And another time, my cousin had an extra one, so he sent it to me while on the road.
Yeah.
But buying iPhones outside of the U.S. they're expensive in the U.S., but they are more expensive in most countries.
But it also depends. Like, I feel like a used iPhone, that really depends. Because I bought this one after I broke a phone, or it died, I think. I bought this one in Mexico for only like $150, or was it like $180? And, you know, this would have cost like $250 in the US. I think just because it was kind of like gray market is kind of what it came down to. So for all I know, it's technically stolen. But I bought it for a little cheaper than I think I could have got it in the US. It really depends. So that's the thing. As you're traveling, it's just hard to know what the prices are. In terms of something like a laptop, which we now need to repair, it's really, really hard to know the best route to take. So if I'm at home in the US, I know that I can just go from an app on my phone. I can just say, set a... schedule a repair session or whatever, and it'll tell me the nearest opening they have in my time frame at the closest store to me, and I can walk in with my laptop and they can tell me what's wrong with it. That isn't always the case everywhere you go.
Yeah.
I think in Europe the Apple stores are pretty good, but here in Brazil we haven't found a way to find like an authorized repair center through their app. So we have to like research on our own a place that can fix an Apple MacBook Pro. And then it just makes it really difficult. So we edit every single day, and this thing no longer works properly. And we're kind of like in this limbo of like, well, I was planning on buying a new computer anyways, so do we get it fixed?
How'd you bring it back to the computer stuff?
We're talking about computers, aren't we? This video is about when stuff goes wrong. So like, what do we do when stuff goes wrong?
Yeah, so specifically with Apple products, we usually look for the best way, whether it's used. We don't ever get new stuff.
I think the next laptop I get will be new, I think.
Yeah.
Just because I want to get it under warranty. I use it every day for like 4 years.
Yeah, and then other things that we carry with us, we have a GoPro, we have my camera, which I love and got in Japan and have yet to have any problems with it.
It's working perfectly.
And then we also have a drone. Our drone has broken, and you've had to fix, not this one, but one of them, you've had to fix it by hand.
So our last drone, I actually did a live stream of me fixing it. I crashed it in Denmark, and then it took 3 or 4 months, I think, for me to buy the part I needed from DJI and have it shipped to a place where I was going to be for longer than 3 days, basically.
So there was no option to send it to DJI or...
Yeah, because we travel so much, I can't sit in for repair. So I guessed what the problem was based on what I could inspect with my eyeballs and what was happening. Impressive. And then I purchased the part I thought it would be from DJI. I had it sent ahead. Yeah. And then I bought like screwdrivers at a what do you call it? A store that sells screwdrivers. I'm lost for words. And I fixed the drone myself. Like I did that, and that would have been like a $300 or $400 repair, I think, if I'd sent it in.
Yeah.
And it cost me €40.
Yeah. Which is pretty inventive. Like, I think that's
in addition to which, sometimes when you're traveling and we have electronic problems, we just have to live with the issues. Yeah. So like in this case, I can't use the laptop very well right now. We're using just Ashley's one laptop wherever it went.
Yeah, I do have my laptop.
She has a MacBook Air. If you know anything about MacBook Airs, they're not very powerful. It's basically an internet browsing machine.
And my battery's bad on it.
Her battery's going bad on this too.
So it just dies when it wants.
So it makes editing really difficult and just planning stuff, because she can't really plan very well if I'm borrowing her laptop. But what I was getting to is that this camera, this Panasonic GH5, we bought it almost 2 years ago now. We had Ashley's parents deliver it to us in Mexico while they were on vacation because, again, cheaper to buy in the U.S. And then had someone bring it to us. But the audio, I wonder if I can mess it up right now. Let's try it. Hello, can you hear me? Is it working? I think you heard what happens there. So sometimes the audio will just mess up. Sometimes you bump it and it just gets stuck wrong. And sometimes you don't notice that the audio is messed up. And we've had entire clips just completely ruined.
So it's just
unusable.
The jack part. So we have a mic that's plugged into our camera, and it's not the microphone that has a problem, but it's the actual jack. So whether or not we purchase a bunch of different microphones, which is cheaper than figuring out what's wrong with the camera, it's still going to be a problem.
So it's easier to fix an Apple product on the road because it's pretty ubiquitous. But to fix a Panasonic GH5 on the road is like next to impossible.
So it's been like the last five
months or so that we've been living with broken audio.
And we have to make sure that, like when we're filming, we film on the go. So we have a hard time sometimes catching when it's not working properly, because if you just barely bump it, it makes a problem.
In addition to which, this lens that we have, it's like a $700 lens, and the zoom is like really sticky. I can't zoom smoothly anymore, and the focus, I'm gonna try not to ruin it, but the focus is like really rough. I have to push really hard to move that. So basically the camera and the lens they work, but they're effectively...
They could use a repair.
They could use repairs.
But also you dropped it.
I did. I dropped the camera on the lens. So the lens thread, this part right here in the lens, is dented, and I can't screw in any filters anymore. And as a filmmaker, that hurts my soul because I cannot put the proper filters on that I need to control the light in the scene, which is what photography is the capturing and controlling of light.
This video is not meant to complain.
No. We're just talking about
But to share that while we're on the road, we've just learned how to adapt to stuff happening.
Although I don't know what use this video is to anyone else, because not everyone else travels long term like we do.
But maybe some people who are interested in traveling long term would be interested in knowing. As well as it's good for people, I think, to know that, things do happen. And
like if you're on vacation, you can probably wait 4 days to get home and fix your iPhone that you dropped in the Baltic Sea or something.
It's just so unfortunate because you want to use it for all your photos and stuff.
It's true.
We've had Airbnb hosts who have been amazing, who allow us to send them products or things ahead of time if we're going to be there soon.
If we know where we're going to be.
Yeah, and then we're able to pick them up there at the Airbnb.
We usually send it like a minimum of 2 weeks ahead of time, though, because sometimes importing is difficult on stuff if it's being sent from overseas. Sometimes the mail system doesn't work as well there as it does where we live. Yeah. So it's a little less reliable.
It definitely takes a lot of research and knowing how things work. We've gotten something sent to us, I think, in Turkey. And the
customs took it.
Yeah, and they wanted us to pay way more than what the product was even worth.
The product was worth I think a total of €60. And the import taxes for a 60 euro product in Turkey was like $180. And we were like, what?
Yeah, something we had no idea we were going to have to pay to get the product. So that's a good tip to know when you are, and if you are shipping yourself things overseas. But I think that's all for this video. Just wanted to share with you guys that things happen and that our computer has broken, so please be
gentle with us.
Please be patient. Our videos will be coming out. We have so many UK videos that we're super excited to share with you. But currently our computer is a little under the weather, and we're gonna try to fix it next week when we go to Rio de Janeiro. Fingers crossed.
Of note, the last 2 months or so, every time we do a live stream, we've been raising money for a new computer. Because again, I was planning on getting a new computer in December. So if you want to help with the computer fund, it's greatly appreciated. I know that a lot of people watch these videos and you don't always... you don't have to pay for them, obviously, but if you do feel so inclined to help this channel, a fantastic, immediate, and direct way to help is to help us get a new computer and or this one fixed. So the link is in the description down below, and we're actually like 3/4 of the way.
Thank you so much to everyone who has already helped on our live streams. We've been blown away by the generosity of people, but we just thank you and appreciate every single one of you who have helped us out. So I hope you enjoyed this Tidbit Tuesday. It's a little different from normal ones, but just wanted to share that electronics, you guys all know electronics break down, and when you're on the road, it just makes it a little more difficult.
All right, Wave Fam, I hope we encouraged you to, I don't know. Bye.
Bye.